Hi, it's Roger Fischel from Rags to the River Poker. I want to go over a hand that I played the other day against basically two maniacs. And I think that this is a good example about how to play against these sort of hyper-aggressive, ultra-loose players. So let's see what happens here. I'm in a hand. I'm under the. Pardon me. I'm in the big blind here with a 10 queen of hearts, and so I get a fold here from under the gun. Under the gun +1 raises the big blind by only a min raise. We get a fold. We get another fold. We get another fold, and we get a call. Amy Sweetie just goes away, as she usually does, and now I'm left against two players, the under the gun +1 and the button, and both of them are super aggressive and super loose. They play 60 to 70% of all hands, and to me that's just like a blessing. And I go ahead here and go along because, gosh, I've got 40% of a royal flush here, so why not? And I get an ace, 5, king with 2 clubs on the flop, and I'm looking at that as actually a pretty good flop. A jack gives me a straight, not straight, and you know, I've got a backdoor flush draw, so I've got a lot of outs here. I check, and then we go to the first maniac over here, and he checks. Ooh, I'm thinking, wow. And then we get a third check. Okay, so they've given me a free card. I love that because what it's telling me is, I'm not so sure about what I got here, but I'll just wait. Well, a king comes off, and wow, now I've got a jack to a royal. I still have the nut straight. I also have still a backdoor flush draw, one to come. So, you know, I'm sitting here with huge outs. Sort of the jack of hearts really does me well. Any other jack is fine. And any heart is fine for me right now. And so I'm pretty happy with this. And I bet out. I put in 20 cents, or 2/3 of the pot here. I am still a little worried about the possibility of a flush draw here, and maybe somebody's got a pair of kings. But I'm not putting that. If he's got a king, he's got he's got a king 3 or king 5 or king 7 or something. And we're going to see what he does here. He just comes out with a big bet. So, okay, so he's got another king under there. But it's going to be a weak king. It's going to be a very, very weak king. And I don't think it's going to be the king 5. Again, he's betting twice the amount of the pot, basically, making the pot, giving me about 2 to 1 odds to make a call here. Now, I'm not getting pot odds to make a call, but I am getting some pretty good implied odds if I hit a heart. Dimitri folds, he goes away, and I call. I mean, it cost me another 35 cents to call, so why not? And I get my heart on the river. And so I'm pretty confident. I don't think he's got a full house. I'm going to make a little value bet here, about 80 cents, about half the pot. He calls. He just calls. Not a very good move on his part. He could have raised me off of this, maybe, representing a full house, but he didn't do that. And I scoop $3 in a pot. Now, I can look at his cards, and he's got a king 10, so he did have a set of kings. This is a higher king than I thought he had, but nevertheless, I still win this pot against this super aggressive player. This is Roger Fischel from Rags to the River Poker. We'll see you next hand.